just before we do that, I'm going to go over just real quick some housekeeping. This panel is going to consist of 30 minutes of interview and then 30 minutes of Q&A, and that's where all the fun really happens. What I'll do is 5 minutes before we do the open Q&A, I'll ask you to line up at the microphones. And please, if you can keep it to one question so everyone can get to ask the cast, that would be great. And, you know, Steven Universe, our fandom is the best fandom. Let's be respectful. Let's be respectful and try to avoid spoilers in any question that we ask. So, without further ado, a voice actress for movies like Kung Fu Panda, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and Horton Hears a Who. But you know her as Connie from Steven Universe. Give it up for Grace Rolick. Trained in musical theater and star in shows like Miss Saigon, Wicked, If Then, and 2015 winner of the BTVA Voice Acting Award. She recently starred in a musical called Next to Normal. Give it up for the voice of Pearl, Dee Dee Magno. Now, you may not know this about our next guest, but she actually studied international economics and wound up a voice actress instead. She's had some interesting performances from Barney, the Friendly Dinosaur, to Grand Theft Auto 5. Coming straight from the kindergarten, please welcome Michaela Dietz. Of course, last but not least, returning to MomoCon, this guest has done voice acting for shows and movies like Sophia the First, Mr. Peabody and Sherman, The Wind Rises, and he was nominated for the 2013 Behind the Voice Actor Awards for Steven Universe. Please welcome the one and only Zach Allison.
Stop stealing my seat, God.
Wonderful. What's happening?
We're getting into fights over seating arrangements backstage. We're extremely dysfunctional.
Wanna come closer? I don't bite.
No, it's
Yes, let's get all snuggly.
Hello, hello.
So we have a big room, so make sure you talk into the microphone super close so everyone in the back can hear us. First of all, how are you enjoying MomoCon so far?
cool. It is excellent.
We love it. We love you all. Thank you so much for coming to say hello.
So grateful to be here.
And thank you for bringing me back to put up with me one more year in a row.
That's some boy band applause. That's some straight up boy band applause. You guys are peaches. I love it here. Do you see that?
Peaches, I get it. I get it.
A fruit. Yeah.
Georgia Peaches.
Yeah, peaches.
Ah.
That's what
There's
happened.
a theme here. I'm sensing it.
So I really want to just jump into it. I know on Monday we are getting a 1-hour special episode. And based on the buildup from this Steven Bomb, it sounds like a big one. Without spoilers for the special or the recent Steven Bomb, what can we expect this Monday?
A lot of feels, all the feels.
Oh no.
There'll probably appear a character named Steven Universe, I'm guessing. Who? I don't know, some schmo. I don't know.
There's some crazy stuff coming up, guys. This specific arc I've been waiting to talk about with all the fans, and we're almost there. There's some huge surprises that I knew they were coming in advance, and still, when we recorded them and I saw them, they kind of took me by surprise even still. So it's going to be one of those Steven Bombs.
Get the tissues ready.
So really briefly, for some of the new fans in the audience, how did you first get involved with Steven Universe?
Well, it all started with an audition after school during my sophomore year of high school, and everything changed after that. It's an honor to play Connie on the show.
It also all started with an audition. I saw the character breakdown of Pearl, and one of the things that stood out to me about the description of her is that she was sort of a motherly type to the Steven Universe character. And being a mother myself of 2 boys, it comes very natural to me to want to take care of Steven.
She's my second mom. My mom will be the first one to tell you this. And in fact, I discovered recently, and this happened again, I accidentally dialed you the other day because if I type mom into my phone, she comes up before my actual mom because I have her as bird mom. So it's true to life, it really is.
Wait, am I in there as smaller mom?
It's what?
Small mom? Purple mom? Fun mom?
I can't remember what.
Fun mom.
I put you into something else, some
It's
other like goofy meme
like
from Tumblr.
obnoxious older sister type.
I always go to you, Michaela, if I want to get some bits.
Hey, yeah.
Da bits.
Bits, 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 bits. That got frighteningly loud very quick.
Yes.
I first got involved in the show. I saw a help wanted ad on Craigslist, and
Gigs section.
the cartoon section. No, it was the same. I got an audition in my inbox, and I recorded it with my teacher, and it was strange. It was offbeat in a good way. Like I definitely felt the quirkiness of the show from right off the bat, and I was very excited by that because that's what I like to call actor food or actor candy. Thank you. But yeah, just seeing stuff like that and being able to record an audition like that and just have that amount of fun before it even went further than that gave me a good feeling, and I think it carried through all the way till the pilot record.
Yeah.
How has your opinion of the show evolved over the series from episode 1 to the 1-hour special coming out on Monday?
So when we first read the pilot, it definitely felt different. The writing is amazing. It was really funny. All the characters were so relatable. And so I think at first, I guess I just didn't realize how big it was going to be and how much of a voice Rebecca Sugar was going to give to so many different communities of people. So on that, actually, okay, can we just do something right now? Sorry. You know how in plays, when Dee Dee's in a play, when there's a curtain call, the cast will give a shout out to the conductor and the musicians and all those people?
One of those.
Should we just hoot and holler for the Crooniverse and Rebecca Sugar?
Ow!
It's a round of applause. I saw that.
You saw that?
saw
A
that.
round of applause.
Saw that. Yeah.
I really didn't know what kind of vision she had for the show from the very beginning. It's like most of the stuff that we're seeing now has been fleshed out since, around the time we did the pilot. Rebecca's had this world built in her head, and I didn't realize the scope of it, and I didn't realize how challenging it would be and rewarding as an actor. It's one of those shows, I've never been handed a bad Steven Universe script. And I've been asked to do, some of the toughest acting work and voice acting work that I've ever had to do, and I'm so glad for it because as actors, that's what we live for.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't expect that to the extent that it was from the beginning of the show, for sure.
Same.
When I got the role of Connie, I was excited to work on a new, fun kids show. Then I discovered just how emotionally distraught I would become while both recording and watching back episodes. Rebecca knows how to work my emotions so well, and
yeah.
I'm sure you all agree.
Yeah.
But I was so happily surprised to find out how thoughtful a lot of the writing and the character design is, and it's an honor to be a part of, and I just got swept up in the wonderful world of Steven Universe and Beach City and all of that.
I also love that it's so musical. I love that the show has got so many great songs and all genres of different types of music. And that, yeah, I too was very surprised at how everything is turning out. We love that the show is reaching so many people all over the world of all ages, and it's just it's wonderful and beautiful, and I love that it's a show that promotes love and positivity, and I love that I can enjoy it with my children. So.
We encourage a lot of applause. In what ways are you like your character, and in what ways are you unlike your character?
Well, you all know I'm very much like, I feel like I'm so much like Pearl. Well, let's see. You go.
Okay, I can go. I'll think on my feet. So obviously I'm like amethyst. We just roll with whatever comes out of our mouth. Yeah, I can shapeshift, so I'm sure you'll see me. There are so many versions walking around.
She's very method.
Yeah. Be the sandwich. You are the sandwich. Everybody tells me about how they're like amethyst because they have dirty rooms. And everyone's like, yeah! I'm like, no. I am so tidy, it's not even funny. I do, when I do have piles of stuff, I do stack them up. So I guess I'm a stacker, just like amethyst. But yeah, I don't know. We have the same voice, we have the same sass, I guess you could call it.
You're pretty sassy.
Yeah.
I'll be quick. So yeah, I'm like Pearl, like she's like motherly to Zach. I mean Steven. I pretty much like things just so, and if you want it done right, you got to do it yourself. That's how I feel in real life. How I am not like Pearl, I do own a driver's license, and I am a United States citizen.
Well, I'd say that there are a lot of similarities between me and Connie. I mean, she's a total bookworm, and so am I. I love reading. I'd say as far as in the ways that we're not alike, I think when earlier in the show, I mean, Connie's evolved a lot. I think earlier on when she was a lot more shy and more self-contained, I am a little bit all over the place in my daily life. I'm kind of I use a lot of crazy hand gestures, and I am kind of loud and talkative when I get going. But in a lot of ways, Connie and I are this. I'm rambling now, but Connie and I are pretty similar for the most part.
Well, we definitely don't have the same voice to start. And also, I mean, I feel like I started the show when I was 14, did the pilot. I feel like I was a lot more like Steven back then. And as we've grown, we've sort of followed a similar path, but I feel like he's deviated a little bit. I'm a lot less patient with people than Steven is, and that's something I admire about him. He's very empathetic, and it's something that I think really makes him who he is. How he always sees the best in people. I don't always have all of his optimism, even when I should. So I think there's lessons to be learned there, even from the characters that are swirling around in here.
Can I just add one thing? As a community, certainly, one thing that we do have in common with the Crystal Gems and Connie and Steven is, I think, when we step away from the booths and the mics, We really are still a family.
Yeah.
We're very supportive of each other, except for Zach. You know, we're just like, whatever you. No. But yeah, I feel like there's a true love between all of us. I would say.
I would have to agree.
Yeah.
When I grew up and I wasn't as cute anymore, they just left me for dead.
Whatever. You are still adorable.
Thank you.
Adorable.
That's a really good segue into my next question. You all seem like a family even outside the show. You see each other perform at other shows. What is it about working on Steven Universe that brings you together like that?
The together breakfast.
Well, for one thing that sets Steven Universe apart from a lot of the other projects I've worked on is that we actually record together. A lot of cartoons, every character just records their lines separately, but with Steven Universe, I remember on the first record, we were all together, the first record that I worked on with them, and it was so fun, and that's kind of the way that we developed inside jokes with each other and got to see each other more than just at conventions or stuff like this.
Yeah.
Definitely recording together. When I was touring, though, I had to record away from everybody. It's at the different cities I was in, so that was
That was a
hard.
sad year.
Yeah.
That was tough.
We would like pour out water for Dee Dee. We'd be like, "This is for you, girl."
That was right around the time that Shelby joined the show, so we did have additional friends around, and then when she came back, we had an even bigger crew, which was cool.
Yeah. And Paz, Jen Paz,
Yeah.
Lapis Lazuli.
They'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think it's also, in the case of Grace and I, because we're like 2 weeks apart age-wise, they've seen us, and everybody on the show has seen us go from
IRL or in the show you're 2 weeks?
IRL. Yeah. Steven's still 14 in the show, to my
Connie's
knowledge.
12 3/4.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh, 12?
Yeah.
Oh my.
She's so
She
mature.
got range.
She's such an old soul, that Connie.
But yeah, we, they've seen us go from child to teenager and now to adult. So I think, seeing us in every phase of life, it's like you have to get to know them for better or for worse. And yeah, see, it's true to life.
So proud.
She really is the bird mom.
You become just such a beautiful man.
My mom recently texted me a picture from Zach was doing a play, and I went to go see him, and there was a picture of us after the show, and our cheeks were so chubby and just round and cute with the puberty and hormones and growing up.
How far we've come.
Oh, so far.
You'll always be my baby.
So this one is for Dee Dee. In 2003, Dee Dee actually played Princess Jasmine in the musical show at Disney's California Adventure. What was it like to be an actual Disney princess?
It was pretty awesome. It's so funny. What's interesting about that show is it was a staged production for a theater within the park, and there were Jasmine, there were face Jasmine characters that would roam the park and take pictures as Princess Jasmine. And they told me specifically that I would not be one of those face characters, that I would be an actress performing as Princess Jasmine in this production of Aladdin. But still, I got to wear the costume and the jewels. And I did get to take pictures with some of the children after the show. I loved working for Disney. I loved singing those songs, those Alan Menken songs, and there's nothing like live theater. There's nothing like getting that immediate response from the audience. So it was magical. I loved it.
Theater's the best training too, in my opinion.
Yes.
What do you all enjoy doing outside of work?
Laundry.
You enjoy that?
What? No? Nobody? Who doesn't
taking-
love clean clothes?
I like them when they're clean. I don't like the process of getting them clean.
Wow.
I like taking long walks on the beach.
That's nice too.
Candlelit dinners.
Candlelit dinners. Yes.
Where are my baseball fans at? There you go.
Amy.
Bob and Earl
I see baseball
in
Amy
the house.
there.
No, I'm a baseball nut. Like if anybody out there is like me, then please. There's so few of us left, especially like under the age of 50. But I'm a huge like baseball nerd, like for advanced metrics and like new stats that were just invented in the past couple years. Like following the whole league. I'm a Cardinals fan, but I follow every team. I'm super interested in that, and that's kind of like my escape from, because all my other interests are entertainment related, music, art, like live concerts, stuff like that. That's my one thing that's like completely out of left field that that keeps me sane. Yeah, I had to slip that one in there. Sorry.
Legitimately, I mean, not that I don't like taking long walks on the beach. The beach is nice. I play guitar, bass, and piano, and I really like playing other people's songs, and sometimes I write my own songs, and that's pretty fun.
I like to write. I like to hip hop dance. I like to eat my boyfriend's food that he cooks for me. I can't cook. I'm not good at that, but I'm very good at meticulously cutting vegetables. It's sort of my thing.
It's very soothing.
It is.
It's like
I love
just one task. You zone out of the rest of the world.
So good.
Cooking is very meditative for me. I like to
Cooking?
just zone out and make a meal. It's nice. It's
So is
something I like to do.
folding clothes. It's so relaxing. No?
Hey, they write rap songs about it these days.
Really?
No, literally, there's a J. Cole song just released called "Folding Clothes."
Really?
I
Hey.
want to fold clothes for you.
But is that like a euphemism for something, or is it really folding clothes?
No, it's literally like he just had a baby and he's like getting
Aw.
married to his girl, and it's like, I want to fold clothes for you. I want to do the little
That's
things
so
for you.
See?
That's beautiful.
It really is a relaxing
Static free.
pastime.
Yeah.
So that brings me to my next question. Speaking of music, we had so much fun with this question with Zach Callison last year. What is everyone's guilty pleasure song or artist?
What did I say last year? I don't even remember. What did I say?
I think you said Kanye, if I recall correctly.
Okay, Kanye
But why
has
is that a
evolved from just
guilty-
to regular pleasure. Like, Kanye West is brilliant, and I don't care if anybody disagrees with me.
When was he ever a guilty pleasure? I feel like he's just.
It's a lot of people are like super anti, so I felt I had to be like,
Oh.
like
No, just
secretive
always
about
be
it for a while.
yourself. Just, yeah. Okay.
He's hiding out on a mountain in Wyoming right now, just so everyone knows. My new guilty pleasure is probably, I mean, Avril Lavigne's always been up there. Like the old school stuff.
Dude, can I pass for a sec?
I like pulled up my Spotify.
What is it?
There's lots.
Oh yeah.
Any faves?
Well, my favorite band is Radiohead. That's not a guilty pleasure at all. There is
Highly
no guilt there.
I like a lot of different kinds of music. I like Sarah Bareilles and Bruno Mars and Jason Mraz. I love. I listen to, Next to Normal, which is a show that I'm doing. Plug right there.
She's amazing.
We all just saw it.
So good.
It is
Blew
such
me away.
I
an
cried.
emotional role. she tore it up. She tore it up.
That's in my playlist just because I was trying to memorize all the words. But also what's playing in the car constantly is Hamilton. Does anybody know Hamilton?
Also, other guilty pleasure on that note, Moana!
Oh,
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Okay,
Good stuff.
I thought of one. Enya. And like Kenny G. Like I love. She just that sax. Yeah.
No guilt, bro. Don't trip.
What?
Enya's dope.
Thanks, man.
I don't think I have a guilty pleasure because it's kind of my philosophy that like you should like everything you like with all your heart. Like don't be
Yeah.
ashamed to like anything.
Amen to that. So this next question is for Michaela. You have such a unique voice. You
Oh,
mentioned
no.
that you've always had a raspier voice growing up. Was that something you were always confident about? And what advice do you have for people who might be not so confident about their own traits?
Oh, okay, word. Actually, when I was younger, my voice was lower. My mom was a special ed teacher, and she tells stories how I would like walk from the elementary school to the high school with like a huge backpack, and I'd like come in and I'd just be like, "Yo, mom, where are the cookies?" And then I don't know, with puberty, my voice actually went up. Yeah, I would say people have always commented on my voice. They're like, "Whoa, for such a little girl, you really sound like a man." And it's really fun when I go to Starbucks and they're like, "It's on us. The tea's on us. You're sick." And I'm like, "No, dude, it's my voice." And they're like, "Oh, you could still have it for free." You know, I didn't realize voice act, like it never occurred to me that I could just have this as a job, being a voice actor, until, I don't know, maybe I was in college and I took a women in film studies class, and the guest lecturer was talking to me about voiceover. So then she kind of like planted a seed in that. But just to traits in general, you know, listen, we all have our insecurities, and that's okay. It's okay to feel down or insecure about certain things, but dude, don't let it rule your life. Like, you gotta realize, it's so trite, but like, you are enough. And so just know that whenever you doubt yourself, you're not alone. Like, there are plenty of people. Kanye, for example, I'm sure that guy doubts himself like all the time, you know? Like, maybe he doesn't show it, but like,
He talks about it in the songs.
Yeah.
He pours his heart out.
yeah. So it's like, I don't know. People come in every shape, size, sound. You know, everything is beautiful. So, yeah.
I think the show and Rebecca's vision has a lot to say about that too,
Yeah.
which makes me even prouder to be a part of the show.
Yeah. That was a great question. Thank you. Let's see.
If your character binge watched television, what show do you think your character would binge watch?
The Golden Girls.
I have no doubt in my mind that Steven has been a longtime Crunchyroll subscriber, so insert your favorite anime here. Mine's Cory in the House.
I feel like Connie would watch Game of Thrones. I feel like she'd really love Daenerys.
Oh, Amethyst is all about that hoarders and like man versus food.
Storage Wars, bruh.
Or just like infomercials for like woodcutters, something weird, and she'd be like, "Oh, delicious."
It's good popcorn programming.
So I'm going to ask 2 more questions, and we're going to open up for Q&A. So if you have a question, go ahead and start lining up at the microphones. And
Walk, don't run.
Everyone's like,
I know. So again, just
Safety
be
first.
respectful of everyone's time. No spoilers, and please keep it to 1 question at a time. How many questions?
"Oh,
Good. One question, please. All right. Are there any lines from the show that you all quote even outside the studio?
that's unusual."
All the time.
Oh, I do a balance is the key.
What's that from?
It's from the show called Steven Universe.
Oh, okay, got it. I say dude a lot. Just, yeah, I guess that's a quote. I don't know.
Wow, I'm a little bit stumped. I mean, sometimes when I'm talking to Zach, I'll say, Steven, like, just because. Because I can.
Yeah.
We play around with it.
It's fun. We have fun.
Is that your Starbucks coffee name? When you get coffee and they're like, whoa, what's your name? Are you just like, Steven?
I give them fake names all the time.
Yeah. Mine's Rosie. I don't know why.
It's like, that's like legitimately, but also like kind of a joke. Like method actors will do that in audition prep. Like they'll go, like sometimes for like really tough auditions, I'll go around like as the character for a few hours in prep. And if I go to a coffee shop, I'll give them that name and like do the interaction that way.
So method.
So just random side note, but.
Really?
So method.
So method.
I'll have to try that.
All right, let's go ahead and open it for Q&A. First question.
Besides your character, who's your favorite character on the show?
Like gem, human, or just any character?
Just anybody, really.
Oh.
I think this has, mine changes all the time, but like, this has to do with the fact that I just love Kate Micucci. I'd say Sadie.
I'll go with everybody's favorite angry space Dorito.
Yeah.
I don't even have to say the name. That's great.
Mine's definitely Jamie the Hot Mailman. Faux show.
Shout out to the Jamie as Garnet cosplayer I saw earlier.
yes.
In
So
line,
good.
over there with the mop.
I got to
That's
hold
you.
the mop earlier. I was like, yes.
I'm a big fan of Ronaldo's conspiracies.
Keep Beach City weird.
I actually have a Keep Beach City Weird sticker on my laptop.
You do?
I have not seen that.
I like that.
I wanted to rep Steven Universe, but like in a low-key way.
Oh, I like that.
The true fans know.
Yeah. Nice.
Next question.
So obviously the show has gotten a lot of popularity, because of its representation or normality of the LGBT community. But I feel like sometimes the unsung hero is the fact that this show highlights anxiety, depression,
Yes.
mental illness, and things like that. So I was curious if there was a moment that you've experienced so far in the show that you can relate to in the vein of those aspects.
I can speak to that. So I'm adopted, and Amethyst is in some way or another adopted. She was adopted by the Crystal Gems, and I went through a crazy period over the last 5 years where I was trying to search for my birth family in Korea, and it got really hard and emotional, and oh my God, I'm feeling it now. But I remember reading the episode for when Amethyst goes back to the kindergarten and crying, because it just I've definitely had those thoughts before, I don't belong. I don't feel like anybody actually gets me, and I'm sure we can all relate to that on some level. So, yeah, the fact that Rebecca was able to do that, it was very specific to me, and I'm sure it was very specific to so many other people, is really a testament of her storytelling ability. And who are we waving at?
Themselves.
I'm are we bidding on something? 500, I don't
600. Wait, what are we bidding on?
What am I spending money on?
I'm what's going on? Okay.
I felt so lucky to be a part of the episode Mindful Education, because I think the episode and the song Here Comes a Thought was so important for so many people, and especially kids, because when you're growing up and you're first starting to experience anxiety and depression, because sometimes the onset is really early and you don't know what you're experiencing, and for a show to communicate it in such an eloquent and beautiful way, but also in a simple way, because sometimes it becomes so muddy and complex talking about those sort of issues when really it's such a human thing, and being able to talk about quieting your mind and being able to block out negative thoughts, which is so hard but so necessary when it seems like it's swirling all around you and almost drowning out everything else. And just being able to be a part of giving out that message was so meaningful to me, because I mean, I've been there and it's important. It's an important message to say.
That was beautifully put.
I want to echo what she said, because Here Comes the Thought was one of the things that I was going to say for the same reasons. But another one was Alone at Sea. The sort of scenario of, you know, someone being so awful to you, yet all you want to do is, you know, forgive them and just be around them. That hit home. Later, after we did the episode, I went back and I saw it and I realized like the significance of it to me in my own personal life. And without going into too much detail, that definitely was a big realization.
And just as a note for the attendees and guests, we do have 19 minutes left. We do have a long line. Let's go ahead and get to as many questions as possible. What's our next question?
Hi. This next question is directed more towards Miss Didi. With Pearl having to deal with her residual feelings towards Rose Quartz, how do you think she feels towards Steven about that, especially with the possibility of fusion, as seen with Amethyst?
Wow, that's like a Rebecca Sugar question.
Okay.
That goes very, very deep into the storyline and things like that. I merely voice the character of Pearl.
Dude, you're more than that.
Well, you know, but yeah, that is definitely a creative team question.
I more just meant your personal feelings.
Me personally?
Yeah, not with respect to what you know from Miss Sugar.
Well, I personally, Didi, obviously loves Zach. I love Zach so much. So, yeah, I mean, does that answer the question? I just love him so much, and I just want to care on him all the time.
Can I try and answer from an outsider's perspective looking in?
Sure.
Yeah. I feel Pearl, you know, feels that she has this responsibility. Just from the past that her and Rose had that we've seen so far. I don't think she really knew it. She definitely didn't know what she was doing at first. And it was terrifying for her because she was, you know, alone, and that's not something she was used to. And you can see it sometimes in her interactions with Steven. But she's trying because she feels a sense of duty. That's just my based on the scenes we've had together, whether it's conscious or not, that's sort of the read I've had.
That's good. That's good. That's good. I'll remember that. Can I use that? Can I use that?
Yes, you can.
Next question.
Hello there.
Hello.
My name is Sardralis, and I'm actually a really nervous person, but I came here because I want to ask all of the professional voice actors that I can at this entire convention a very personal question, and I feel like you people could answer it very, very well, considering your experience with such an emotionally driven show. But what is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Don't rush at me. Had to get the setup.
That was good. I respect that.
That was good. Mocha almond fudge.
Mint chocolate chip. Oh, some people know what's up.
I don't eat ice cream. I am actually more of a sorbet popsicle girl, but anything with a zing, some zest, some lemon zest in there.
Yeah, on that note, it's kind of snobby of me, but I love gelato, like specifically Italian gelato. And while I was over there, I sort of fell in love with it, specifically the lemon flavor that they have, limone, in Italy, because they don't really have an ice cream equivalent over here, and it's super light and very refreshing in the summer.
So light
like
and
it.
airy.
Very, very personal. I had to dig deep for that answer. Thank you for digging into my soul.
I can bring you to a place that has a beautifully palate cleansed, like, lemon flavor.
In LA?
Good, yeah.
Dude.
We'll hang out.
We're going.
Let's go. We'll hang out sometime.
I'm lactose intolerant, to be honest with you, and it hurts me to eat these things, but I do it anyway.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, oh, you can't eat ice cream.
Yeah.
What's our next question?
Hey guys, I was wondering if you could settle debate. Which is correct, Amadot or Lapadot?
Oh, man.
Which is what?
Wait, it depends. I'm like, where's Shelby? I don't know. They both fly with me. It's like what? Oh, can you only spell your name Jon or is it John? Both are cool. Jhon. I don't care.
It's whatever you like.
Great.
They've both been roommates if you count Peridot living in our bathroom.
Jacuzzi.
So, hi, my name is David. I've been wanting to get into voice acting, but I don't know where to get started.
I want to be a voiceactor.com. I'm not kidding. The guy who voices Lion and everything else under the sun, D. Bradley Baker.
D. Bradley
amazing
Baker.
voice actor. A lot of you
Yeah.
probably know him.
He's like a living legend. So
was
prolific.
asked by so many people how to get into voice acting because there's really no resources, so he created one. And anything we tell you up here, it can explain in much better detail with much more. So that's the best way to start. But just make art and start performing in any way, and it will feed voiceover talent specifically. Because I don't think any of us specifically started. Most voice actors don't start to go into voice acting. They sort of find it along the way. So working any sort of creative talent is good.
Yeah. Read aloud and also get used to hearing your own voice. You know, I think that's a problem with a lot of people who start out. They don't want to hear themselves, but it's like you kind of have to know what's happening.
Right, thank you.
And make recordings and stuff.
And stuff.
Well, there's also that film. What's that film called?
I know that voice.
In a world.
Great documentary if anybody's seen
Yeah.
it.
Highly recommend it.
I know
I
that
think
voice.
did John DiMaggio put that together, right? He was
think
the
so,
coordinator
yeah.
behind it. Jake the dog and Bender.
Yeah, it's a great film.
It's like every legendary voice actor under the except Frank Welker. He was he didn't want to be in it because he's just very humble like that. But everybody else though, that's such a star-studded cast. It's awesome.
Next question.
How head over heels would you say that Connie and Steven are?
Like physically?
In love? You know, emotionally mainly.
I mean, isn't Steven a little bit shorter? Except for the most recent
Hey, let's not pick on vertically challenged people. Shorty squad?
Chest bump.
I honestly think they're pretty committed to their friendship.
That's right. They're still young.
Mom.
Again, Connie's like 12.
Exactly.
Isn't Steven like 16?
He's still 14 last time I checked.
He is still 14, last I heard.
But he has an old soul.
Thank you so much.
I need a timeline for everything that's happening in the show. I've lost
Yeah,
track.
I do too.
It's lay down in front of me.
What's our next question?
Hi, I'm Liam. I was wondering, of the fusions that we have not seen yet, which gems do you most want to see fuse?
Steven and Peridot. I've been lobbying for this for like 2.5 years. I hope it happens. And I hope it's like even smaller than both of them. Just like gray matter with even more attitude.
I would love to
This is
listen
why
to
I'm
the
not a
voice
writer.
for that. I want to hear the theoretical voice for that fusion.
Claude!
What do you call that fusion?
Oh, what's a mix between pink and green?
Oh, that thing. Oh, ooh,
That thing.
Watermelon
Wicked.
tourmaline.
What was that thing?
Watermelon quartz would be a good one, actually.
Watermelon what?
It's a
Watermelon quartz. Is that a real gem, or are you
Did
making
you
that
just
up?
make that up? Sounds delicious.
She thinks it's a real one, so it's a real
I
one.
can verify that it's real. It is a real thing.
Actually, I've been. We had a girl from Make-A-Wish come to Cartoon Network and make her own gem. That she had. It was basically her gem Sona, and she got to voice it in the scene with us. And we were looking through, like, actual gems to choose the name, and literally when they're like creating new gem names, they literally go to like a geology website and find like actual gem names. When I found that out, I was like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I remember at the Natural History Museum in Los Angeles, I went with a couple of friends, and they had a whole gem exhibit, and I found one for, I believe it was Sugilite and I'm forgetting. No, not
Steven gem?
It was
Sardonyx?
Such a brain cloud. No, it was lapis and jasmine. Malachite, yes. And it was this beautiful box that was Sugilite and malachite, and it was just purple and green, and I was like, you guys, it's real.
Yo, you know what I just saw? I saw a bunch of not rocks, like cool gems at this vendor. Anyway, dumb story. Anyway, but I saw all these, there's like different types of gems actually fused, like lodged into different pieces of quartz. Has anybody seen that?
No.
Oh, dude, it's crazy. It's like, it'll literally be like a piece of citrine, and then through it, there's like a shard of amethyst. Or like, yeah, I didn't see any with pearls, but.
If anybody
There are
was
no
wondering,
oysters coming out.
bismuth looks as dope in real life as you would imagine.
That would look
It is
cool.
colorful.
It's serious bismuth.
All right, we do have 10 more minutes. Keep in mind, all of our guests are going to be available at the signatures area, so you can also talk to them as well. I wish we could get to everyone, but let's go ahead and move forward. Next question.
So I think it was Zach who said that in the pilot there was still some things that are still in the storyline. What are some other things that you know from like Rebecca Sugar that she said are still in the storyline, like still an idea from the beginning?
Well, a lot of them weren't necessarily in the pilot, but she had them as her, I'll call it headcanon from the beginning, like how she wanted this universe to work out. And of course, there's a lot of details that, she's changed up without, revealing specifics. Certain things with the diamonds and representing certain things that she wanted to change. But the basis of the universe and the mythology and how the story would progress, the outline was there 5, 6, 7 years ago. And if anyone doesn't know this, there is a real Steven in real life. It's her brother, Steven, who works on the show as one of our background artists and is amazing, Steven Sugar. And that's the basis for Steven, and then this whole universe is her brilliant creation. So there were, a few hints dropped in the beginning, in that first 9-minute pilot, but most of it was like in store. Like once the show got picked up, she unleashed upon us, and I'm glad that it got to see the light of day.
Next question.
Hi, my name's Eve, and I was wondering who would Peridot's first person to fuse with would be?
Steven? I'm really putting out the law of attraction on this one.
I don't know. Yeah.
Next question.
Oh gosh,
I was like,
I'm so nervous. First
Ronaldo.
Sorry. First off,
that'd
thank
be
you
one
for
paranoid fusion. Okay.
thank you for such.
Sorry, I'm interrupting.
No.
Paranoid quartz. What?
Thank you for such amazing performances, first off. My question is, what with a lot of recent revivals that are going on right now, Samurai Jack being an example, what is something that you hope future generations take away from this show when they are hopefully introduced to it?
The lessons of love and acceptance,
Yeah.
among other things, but most importantly, overarching that.
And just the courage to, show certain relationships and types on screen that haven't previously been represented in.
I think also to show and share kindness to everyone. I love that Steven's character is so kind to everyone. So hopefully that's a message that sticks.
I hope by the time that future generations are watching Steven Universe, the messages of love, acceptance, and kindness, and being open about a representation of different kinds of relationships, I hope that it's a little bit more ingrained in media, and I hope that people know that Steven Universe, like, that was totally its intention, and yeah.
Thank you for that. Next question?
Do you like bits?
Yeah.
It's actually pretty funny. At In-N-Out over on the West Coast, they have options for how much you can fry your fries, and I always get them well done. And someone joked to me, it's like the bits, and I was like, it's exactly like the bits.
Just soaked in grease.
That's how I like it.
Oh, yeah. Animal style. In-N-Out is a California classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When in doubt, In-N-Out.
No Whataburger, no Shake Shack. Give me In-N-Out all day.
I'm so hungry right now.
Yeah, I just realized that.
You could eat a burger.
Next question?
Yeah, I'd actually like to ask Amethyst a question.
Oh, I'll check with her. My name's Michaela. Maybe I could speak, I could translate. Talk to me. Okay, that got weird. I'm sorry. Hello.
Why did you try to flush yourself down the toilet?
Did I? I thought that was Peridot. What?
Yes. Wasn't that Peridot?
Well,
that
she
Peridot?
said, well, she did try to flush herself down the toilet, but then you said it won't work. Trust me, I tried.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm guessing she said something like that because, who is Amethyst to turn down any experience? You know what I mean? I feel like she's the girl who's always just like, I did that once. Like, she's done everything once, or she will do. She'll do everything at least once.
It's probably like a roller coaster ride for her, like the log flume or something.
Yeah. Or like a spa treatment.
Jamie.
I'm confused though, because I feel like if Amethyst really wanted to, she could shapeshift and
right into a
I feel like
log shape of sorts. That got blue. I'm sorry. Moving on.
What's up, Jamie?
What did you first think of the Uncle Grandpa episode?
Oh my gosh, that was so fun to record. I remember that day we recorded. There was so many voice actors in that studio.
It got hot
in the booth. Yeah, literally, it was warm in there because there were so many people.
We had Pete, who created Uncle Grandpa, and then Eric Bauza and Kevin Michael Richardson, who were like legends in their own right, and super fun and chill to be in the booth with, and then the three of us. Yeah, honestly, that was one of my favorite records, just because we knew, totally not canon going in. This is just like a goof-off episode for April Fools.
But now it is canon.
Zane?
It is?
Well...
Rebecca told me it wasn't.
Wasn't there a thing with an actual canon?
There was an
to make a joke about that?
Okay, that was canon.
Yeah. Sunk. Yeah.
Yes. I still have yet to figure out what that means, canon. I still need to figure that out.
Also, tomorrow,
after.
come see Dee Dee, me, and Mackenzie Atwood at the Pearl Secret Rap Crew panel, where we explain to Dee Dee what a meme is.
And also, what is canon?
I failed once. I should be a better professor of memology, considering how much time I spent studying
I
it.
have to be a better student.
Mimetic theory.
I'm bad at explaining memes because they kind of defy explanation in 2017.
There's just so much diversity in what a meme can be.
But the concept, you broke the concept down for her.
What's
now
that?
she gets it. You broke
I feel like the
concept
best
down
way to
for
go
her,
about
and
it would
she
just
understands what
show
it is.
multiple examples of memes. I feel like you just need to see just a lot of memes. I feel like we just need to show
I
you
made
a
the
lot of
mistake.
memes.
We were at the airport leaving a convention, and I showed her a meme. I made the mistake of starting with Robbie Rotten, which, if you haven't been indoctrinated by meme culture for the past decade, like we were raised by the internet, it doesn't make any sense. Because It's like, what's the point? Why is it speeding up? Why is there some
Absurdist
random Rick
moves.
Astley video cutting in? I don't understand.
What do you mean?
So unfortunately, we have time for one more question. So
Sorry, I
no
burned out all the
pressure.
time on memes.
Hello.
Oh,
Hi.
Hi.
Have you ever like got really like emotional and wanting to choke up and cry when you were voice acting?
A couple times.
Yes.
Like, what would be an example of that? Like a scene specifically?
Well, most recently, sorry, did I cut you off? Oh.
I'm not saying
At the very end of I Am My Mom, that last scene, I actually did get very, I guess I got pretty method and did almost get pretty choked up. Also, I think it was, Zach, when did you have the song that was the voicemail ringtone? What was the name of that episode? Full disclosure.
Disclosure, yeah.
I got really choked up during that episode too.
All I gotta say is watch the new Steven Bomb, because I can't tell you about it yet.
Good
There's
answer.
a specific moment, yeah.
There's so many. There's just so many. So many.
Yeah, there's been many in the past, but that one coming up is one that sticks out to me for sure.
Thanks for that question. That was great to end on. Let's give it up for the cast. Thank you.
Give it up for yourselves.
You guys are great.
You guys are amazing.
Should we get a selfie?
Yeah, can we take a
Yeah.
selfie, like a little? If you didn't get to ask your question, they will be at their signature booths all weekend. Just check your programs. And tomorrow at 4 o'clock, there's going to be another panel, Voices of Steven Universe, and then Pearl's secret rap career is going to drop at 7 p.m. So don't miss it.
Hey, can you guys humor me for a second? I want to take a video, so if anybody wants to get in, just like huddle around this area. You guys huddle in.
Wait, also, can I make a request?